Hi there guys, I'm here with Pavlin from Motorcycle Adventures. What a pleasure, man, to meet again.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. After 2 years we meet again. We are in this very nice spot. Let me show you just a second. This is Paltinu Barrage. What I want to make for you today, it's a comparison between the Yamaha TENERE and my TRANSALP. Some differences between those two bikes which are actually now like a benchmark in the middleweight adventure segment. Alright, so we have here the TRANSALP and the Yamaha TENERE. By the way, we have the suspension travel modify for this one, but you have the two bikes together here, so you can actually check them out. Once you take a look, you see the ground clearance, which is actually, it has quite a difference, man. So check it out. You don't even see the TENERE, it's so up. Let me show you from the other side. First we have the ground clearance, which is, how much is it, Pavlin, the ground clearance?
I think it was 210 or 230, not sure.
About 230. Now the both bikes, they have the skid plate, but I think now I have from 210, I have 205 millimeters. It's almost 20-25 millimeter difference between the two bikes, and this is the first difference which I can see. Also for the rear it's much higher. Also by carrying the bike here, the TENERE, it has a very high, it's very top heavy. The weight, it's especially up in the bike. I'm not saying it's a heavy bike, only the weight is distributed higher in comparison with the TRANSALP. The TRANSALP suspension, it's quite soft. It's made for someone with 80-85, let's say, maximum kilograms. So what you have in mind, you have the bikes together, you can see their dimensions. The TENERE, it's much higher, it's top heavy, it has a different riding position. As you can see, also the handlebars are such a difference, man. Look at the difference between the handlebars position. It's totally a different machine, more suited for off-road riding. But who knows, with some rally pack, with some suspension upgrade, with some springs for the TRANSALP, who knows, maybe also TRANSALP can be a more off-road orientated bike. But there is also always a compromise. I mean, you want an off-road machine, a 50-50, 40-60 machine. You want to perform also on road. You want to have a lower center of gravity. What do you want? There is no perfect woman, there is no perfect bike. So let's check out some modifications which Pavlin did on his bike, starting from the suspension, the front suspension, the rear suspension. You upgraded with the springs, huh?
Yeah, only the springs.
He changed only the springs, so perhaps I can do some spring change after I ride the bike for a few thousand kilometers. If I decide, man, I want to go more off-road with this bike, maybe a spring change could be also possible. So we have the skid plate. The skid plate is done by a Romanian company, huh?
Turkish company.
Turkish company, yeah. The skid plate is done by a Turkish company. It has about 4 millimeters in comparison with the OEM skid plate from TRANSALP, which has 3.5 millimeter maximum on the brackets. So this one, 4 millimeters, it's very tough. As you can see, it looks very tough. It's also higher in this part. Pavlin mounted an extra protection for the pipes, or for the
pipes.
For the pipes, an extra protection. Yes, it has some small gadgets which I like, and I would like to have on my TRANSALP. Gadgets like this protection for this water pump. This protection for the water pump, this also this special, this you change it also, the, It's stock. Ah, this is stock. The brake lever looks very nice.
Foldable. If you go down,
It's foldable, yeah, which I would love to have on my Transalp. Also, this one. The foot pegs are, I think, better at Transalp. They have even a lower position, and also you can take out the rubber. You can take out the rubber also. You can take out the rubber. The central stand was made by a Romanian company. Heavy duties. Check it out. It's a very nice position. It has a high position, which I really like. Also here he changed the exhaust. We're gonna hear it a little bit later. The exhaust from MIV, which prevents touching the exhaust. The stock exhaust position was not such a good one, and Pavlin changed the exhaust complete pipe. As you can see, it goes up to the point where it stands here. Also modify the headlights, the number position. Yeah, as you can see, the bike, it's a travel machine. It's like a war machine, so to speak. It's very well prepared for the tough roads. It's actually, I wanted to buy the Yamaha TENERE. Was on my list of acquisitions, but as I mentioned before, the bike, it's too high for me. I would prefer a bike suited for my height, for I'm 180, and I think this bike, it's too high for me, and it's too top heavy. As this was my let's say considerations on purchasing the Transalp. Acerbis handguards, I'm thinking to purchase them for my Transalp. As you can see, look at this this inside aluminium protection. It's unbelievable how long it is. It's very also very thick, and it covers most of the handguard. Yeah, very simple display. This model of the Tenere doesn't have a too complicated display. It's very simple, only ABS, you can turn it off. As you can see, this fork has rebound and compression adjustment. And the travel, 240. 210 this one. So the front suspension has 210 millimeter travel. It's not much, only 10 millimeters difference when you compare it with my Transalp. So as you can see, Transalp has only preload adjustment, and that's it. No compression, no rebound. So 10 millimeters suspension travel difference. Tenere in comparison with the Transalp. Ground clearance, definitely quite a big difference, about 30 millimeters or so. Seat height, it's 885, 880, something like that. It's quite high positioned. Yeah, however, yeah, different bikes, similar bikes, different purposes of the bike. So yeah, you can actually see the differences for yourself in terms of dimensions, in terms of height, in terms of weight. There is not so much difference. The Tenere starts from 204, Transalp starts from 208, but if you add or take out some of the accessories, add the base plate and so on, you can reach 220 easily. Transalp, you can reach 230 if you put all the accessories, the crash bar, everything, skid plate and so on. The wheel size, it's similar, 21 front and 18 on the rear. These are the tires which Pavlin said they are a mistake. The purchase was quite a mistake, but this is the Mitas E07 plus Dakar version, which he doesn't recommend. I'm gonna buy also these tires, but not Dakar version, only E07 plus for my next change. Now I have these Carus 3 tires, which are so and so. I'm planning to make some gravel roads, and I prefer to have something of this profile, which I really like. You can see here that we have also the temperature indicator, 26 Celsius, which we don't have on the Transalp. On this simple dashboard, we have this temperature gauge indicator, but no, Transalp doesn't have it. Really sorry. I would like to sit on the bike just for you to show you the differences between the two bikes when sitting. Yeah, it's a very comfortable position, I have to say. It's not as comfortable as the Transalp. Why? Because the seat height, the seat is quite high, and I have to lean in front for a while. I have to, let's say, this is the how the foot is staying. So I'm saying about, I'm touching 50% the ground. Let's say 50% I'm touching the ground with the seat. But man, the suspension is so stiff. I mean, let's face it, it's a total different story with the suspension. Let me go in front. So to check out the suspension, it's important to stay in the over the rear suspension and try to compress it, and both springs need to compress in the same time.
You're too light.
I'm too light for this bike. So this bike is for someone with over 105 kilos, equipment included. So you need to be over 100 kilos to be suited for this suspension. Let's move on the Transalp now. And now on the Transalp, a total different story. Riding position much better suited for my height, for 180. And check out the suspension now. As you can see, the suspension is very soft at the moment, or it's at its peak level when we compare it with my weight. 81 kilos plus equipment, let's say 83 kilos, 85 maximum, and the standard suspension, it's suited for my weight. I can touch completely the ground with my foot, 90% I can touch it. And yeah, the suspension, I have to work with it. I have to adjust in time and make changes according to the riding style and to the riding terrain. For the moment, the suspension is okay, but I would like it to be more off-road capable. Now, I have to see. I have to ride it more and to see how much I can adjust it afterwards. As you can see, it's very soft, and it's at 7 out of 15. You have 15 turns, you can make it stiffer, but yeah, it's only time will tell. Yeah, just a small comparison between the Tenere and the Transalp. I think each bike has its purpose. We cannot say what one is better than the another. One is better for off-road than the another. Yes, one is better on-road than the another. But to have a perfect bike, I don't think the perfect bike has been invented. So come on, let's face it. Know your riding style, know yourself as a rider, and choose your bike accordingly to your style. Thanks for watching. See you next time.